Oh man, shame, shame, shame. It's crazy, man. Who would have thought Frank would show up to the fucking weigh-in looking like that, man? I was watching that shit and I'm like, bruh. I'm like, why is he talking like that? I said, he don't even sound like himself. Like, not just that he's slurring his words and shit, right? But I'm like, he just sound different. He just sounds so different. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? I'm like, something ain't right, bruh. But of course, you looking at his fucking face, and you like, bro, your head big as shit. First of all, you got a big ass fucking head. You got a big ass fucking head, and your fucking face sunk in like a motherfucker. I'm looking like, bruh. I'm looking at his face like, bruh. You look dead, G. Like, you look like you really trying to become the ghost. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, now you showed up to the grand arrivals eating lifesaver gummies. You sitting on the stage with Tank for the press conference, and Tank asking you like, "Is you drinking water?" Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Tank got this fucking inside information. It's like it's crazy. Tank always know what's going on with these niggas and what problems these niggas having. Cause it looked like the nigga ain't been drinking water in like 3 days. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to show y'all. I ain't show y'all. I ain't show y'all tomorrow. I can't pass out right now. Help me up. I ain't gonna make it. That nigga look fucked up, G. That nigga look fucked up. Listen, I don't know, man. I don't know. I had that shit going the distance, bro. I think Frank might get knocked out now, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Frank get knocked out, bro. He just looks so bad, bro. I don't think at first I was thinking he's gonna be reacting to everything because of how jumpy he was when when Tank made him flinch and shit like that. Like, imagine when they get in the ring, every move Tank make, he gonna be on high alert. But now we run the risk of his brain not having no fucking fluid in it and him not being able to fucking react. So now you run the risk of Tank actually putting fucking hands on you and you can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing about it. So listen. Listen, man, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. And this is another thing I was considering too, right? Tank brought in Bruce Carrington. He brought in Bruce Carrington, right? And he brought in Kenneth Sims. I'm sure he brought in a bunch of other motherfuckers too, you know what I'm saying? He had to brought in a bunch of other motherfuckers too. But he brought in high IQ boxers. And I remember Sean saying something when they brought Sean out, Sean Porter. He was like, it's gonna be a chess match. You know, they technical, it's gonna be a chess match. And I could see it. I can see it, Tank wanna make sure his boxing is on point. I also think about this shit like this, right? You remember when we thought Canelo was gonna knock out Charlo, right? Y'all remember that shit? When we thought Canelo was gonna knock out Charlo? How them PBC niggas, it's like it's in their contract not to be knocking each other out. Just like, y'all get in there and make that shit look real fucking good. Get in there and make that shit real good, but don't damage the product. If Frank get knocked out, his stock, I feel like it's, man, goddamn, I'll get the fucking with my hair and go all over the place. If Frank get knocked out, I feel like it low-key fucks up his stock. You want Frank to be able to go on and do shit after this, you know what I'm saying? Still get big fights, still, compete. It's probably gonna be time to move the fuck up. Cause bro, you look fucked up. You look bad, dude. You look bad, dude. And it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt you in the long run if you decide to stay. If Frank get knocked out, bro, you gotta go to 40. If you don't get knocked out, you could probably stay at 35 and get some more other opportunities. Personally, this is a tough one, man. I'm not gonna lie, G. This really is a tough one, man. It's another one that I gotta play the over with. I would take the over 9.5. Let me see what the fight to go to distance is. Plus 155. That's not bad at all. For the simple fact that I don't think they want them you know, when it's in house like that, and Coach Calvin and Derrick James, it's a rapport there, right? You know, it's a rapport there. I don't think they want to hurt Frank that bad. You know what I mean? Like send Frank home to his family. Because you think about it like this: Tank need Frank just as much as Frank need Tank. Frank needs Tank for the money, right? Frank needs Tank to be able to make life changing. I don't know if it's gonna be life changing, but it's gonna be the most money he ever made, most likely. So Frank needs Tank for that. But Tank needs Frank because a lot of people are saying that this is Tank's first legitimate real fight, like against a solid dude. You know what I'm saying? Even though Frank's never won a world championship, even though he's started boxing late, they still feel like it's one of Tank's better opponents. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not it's not although the lead up to it was like it was some hostility there, it was some tension with the sparring and shit. Even though it was some friction there. I don't see this like they really trying to like go out there and kill this nigga. You know what I mean? But some niggas you gotta send a message through, like, and you could send a message through Frank, but again, I don't know, man. It's like you could be Frank ass, but Frank clearly having weight issues. Like at this point, people gonna make that excuse, like, bro was fucked up, but it wasn't no clauses on this nigga, so you can't feel no kind of way about that shit. Listen, I'm taking over 9.5. I'm playing the stoppage live for Tank. If shit start getting tricky, if Frank get knocked down in the 7th, I'm taking a knockout. I'm taking a knockout because my parlay gonna already have over 9.5. So if it go to distance, I ain't gonna trip. If I see Frank get knocked down in 7, 8, or 9, I'm on that shit. I'm on that shit. I'm on that shit. I'm on that shit. Cause I'm not tripping because my parlay got the over on it. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, it's gonna be spicy, man. I just think Frank, he got too much pride, bro. He got too much pride to go in there and just get knocked out. We saw how he was the whole lead up, the whole build up. If he if he gets knocked out, it's gonna be because there was absolutely nothing he could do. Like I truly feel he's gonna try to do everything in his power, in his ability, in his being, in his body, in his mind, and soul to not get knocked out. And I think he's a decent enough boxer to not get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? But it all depends on how he bounces back, how he rehydrated. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, bro, I don't think Gatorade's and Pedialyte gonna help that nigga. I think that nigga need an IV. He needs some fucking fluids. That nigga need a doctor. And I think he need way more than 24 hours. That nigga need to fight on Sunday. Not Saturday, Sunday. Okay? So, all that fucking said, over 9.5, baby. Over 9.5. Lock it in. I ain't going with Frank on no upset. If you watch that weigh-in and you still taking Frank, you don't even need to watch boxing no more. You don't even need to watch boxing no more. Just find you something else to do. Watch tennis or some shit. That shit is crazy. Listen, after watching that weigh-in, if you was taking Frank, your mind needs to be on an over or under. Either you think Frank gonna miraculously pull something out of the hat and knock Tank ass out, or you think that Frank is so fucking bad and is in such bad a shape that Tank gonna knock his ass out under 9.5, or you think that it's all right, Frank be all right. You know what I mean? It's going over 9.5. It's going the distance. So again, I'm taking the over 9.5 for the simple fact that Tank brought in high IQ fighters, right? Guys who can box, but guys who can punch. And I do agree with Sean that this will be up to some point a chess match, man, but it was the slurring of the words for me. If Frank had just got up there looking how he looked, I wouldn't think too much on it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't think too much on it. But the fact that he got up there and he's slurring the fucking words and he ain't even talking the same, that tells me that his brain ain't got no water in it. His brain need fluid. You know what I'm saying? He ain't thinking right. Now I don't know if that nigga, I don't know if IVs like where they legal. I don't get in all that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? If that nigga can take IVs, he need to go get a fucking IV. You know what I'm saying? ASAP. He need to get that shit into the vein. I don't think like I said, I don't think drinking water, going back to your hotel room, drinking water, drinking Gatorade, Pedialyte, I don't think that shit gonna help you, bro. At that level, a fucking fucked up with you talking like that? Hell no, G. Hell no, G. You need something in your veins, fool. Just snap back. You need your clarity back immediately. You know what I mean? So, yeah. That said, over 9.5. Last but not least, it's the final pick of the evening. I wish y'all the best of luck, man. Again, remember, my picks are not here for you to like just take everything I say and build a slip out of that and then come back and tell me, hey, I put $500 because you said that's your fucking fault. All right? That's your fucking fault. Gamble responsibly. Make smart decisions. Go with your gut. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to tell you what I think. You know what I'm saying? You go with your gut. You know, you could take my opinions and factor it into your own decisions. Again, if you were leaning Frank on points, then maybe you do want to go with the over 9.5 on your parlay. If you were thinking, oh, Tank by knockout 7-12, take the knockout 7-12, baby. Matter of fact, what is that? What is that 7-12? Plus 135? That's what they thinking anyway. But you know, knowing how niggas can be, knowing, you know, thinking that I understand the type of nigga Frank is, I don't think he coming in there to get knocked out, bro. I don't give a fuck how dehydrated that nigga is. He gonna have to be half dead when he show up. You know what I mean? I think he'll not throw his hands and you know, be defensive and move before he, you know, gets knocked out. And if he does get knocked out, I think it's something that we'll all be able to see coming. And in that case, I'll bet it live. Over 9.5, that's the pick. Lock it in. I'm gone.